Welcome to JD Clips. Please enjoy the short versions of our famous videos and keep learning. And don't forget to subscribe.
तो लेफ्ट का नाता, वामपंथ का नाता इंडियन वैल्यू सिस्टम के साथ क्या है, और कुछ उदाहरण के साथ संदीप अगर आप हमको बताएं कि उसके यहाँ पर लागू करने से, वामपंथ को अपनाने से हमारे देश संस्कृति में और खासतौर से विशेष रूप से शिक्षा नीति पर कैसी विकृतियां आई. व्हाट डिस्टॉर्शंस वर क्रिएटेड इन आवर culture, society and education due to the forceful imposition of leftist ideology. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you first of all. Glad to be here again. So you have covered a lot of ground, Pankaj. Good that you gave this historical context. Bernard Lewis. But a small correction. वो फ्रांस का राजा नहीं था. When the French parliamentary system was in its inception, there were two clear divides. This happened after the French Revolution. So there were two clear divides. एक था जो परंपरागत आने वाले एक एरिस्टोक्रेट, वो एरिस्टोक्रेसी का एक क्लास था. दूसरा जो प्लेबियन बोलते हैं, जो वर्किंग क्लास बोलते हैं, वो. सो हु यूज्ड टू सिट टू द लेफ्ट ऑफ दिस इनसाइड द पार्लियामेंट वर पीपल फ्रॉम द सो कॉल्ड वर्किंग क्लास एंड द रेस्ट वाज द एरिस्टोक्रेसी. दिस इज द वेरी ब्रॉड डेफिनेशन ऑफ इट. सो now, if you want to ask me, the title of the topic is quite intriguing and interesting on many counts. It says left and the Indian value system. So it should be the left versus the Indian value system, because the left has no value. It has no values, it has no value. There's nothing left of the left in India. तो ये होता है. But सीधी सी समझ में आने वाली एक फॉर्मूला देता हूँ to understand leftism. Essentially what left-wing ideology means is that you take a child of your neighbor and throw him into the well and watch the fun. So this is pretty much how it is. Now, how the evolution of the left, the emergence of something called the left-wing ideology, especially in the West, without industrial revolution, the left could not have arisen. All right, you cannot apply leftist terminology, leftist ideology, and what they call as leftist theory. You cannot apply these and retrofit them in a purely agrarian society, which is what these fellows have done in India for the last, 100 years. And the amount of genocide that the left has done over in just 1 century is more than the combined amount of genocide that Hitler has done. So there is a wonderful compilation called the Black Book of Communism. वहाँ पे सारी दुनिया में लेफ्ट की वजह से कितना हत्याकांड हो गई, उसका पिन टू पिन डिटेल आपको मिलता है. So the source of left, and this is an insight only a Hindu mind can give. The source of the left is not outside, it is in the human psyche. So that source is the same source from which Islam and Christianity arose, to divide the world into two mutually and perpetually warring and opposed classes. Who creates the opposition? There was no opposition. Who creates it? The left creates it. So there is, this is a beautiful formula. Ki for a lot of time, the worst propagandists of this spurious theory were the left. Ki automatically all poor people are good and virtuous, and सारे जो अमीर क्लास की लोग हैं वो by default उनका हराम का पैसा है. So you make these clear divisions without zero evidence, no evidence, and then you say that somehow we are fighting to bring equality. See, these things are accessible to common sense. Show me one time period in the entire history of humankind where there has been absolute peace. Just one era. There have been sustained periods of prosperity and order and stability, but nothing like a land, where everybody are brothers and sisters. Then बच्चे कहाँ से आएंगे? So this is what these people do this. We are all brothers, and this is a land, we'll have a land of where nobody is treated equally, but wherever left has acquired political power, the opposite has happened. They've all degenerated into tyrannies and despotisms of the worst sort. So, Russia and everything that Karl Marx, the father Marx and Engels, the fathers of this so-called destructive ideology, everything that they've written, they've predicted in their books, have been disproved in practice. So Marx predicted that industrial societies will usher in the leftist revolution or this grand revolution after which everything will be fine. But where did it happen first? USSR, which was an agrarian country, 1970. कहाँ थे industries USSR में? तब. So everything these people have done, what they are good at is to take over. They will never win electorally. They will never get a popular vote because they are cut off from the society, because they have a vision of a future utopia. It is called wishful thinking. जो भी Marxist theories आप पढ़ते हैं ना, this is called wishful thinking. And what they do is that how they left is basically about propaganda. तो एक theory build करते हैं. उसके हिसाब से they will try to change the society so that it fits that theory, which never happened. Societies evolve organically. They evolve through give and take. They evolve through wars. They evolve through conflicts and resolution. So this has been the human experience throughout the world. No society is exception to this. And all societies which have been an exception to it have all invariably turned Islamic or despotic. So Islam bhi ek theory hai na? What does it say? Basically this world doesn't exist. Or if it exists, it belongs to only the chosen people who are the Muslims. And who are they? People of the book. तो जहाँ जहाँ ये theory के based पे wishful thinking and some kind of millenarian vision से बना है, all those societies are rotten. They have the greatest income disparity between rich and poor. But they criticize other classes, other societies, other countries as fundamentally oppressive, ridden with caste and class and conflict, and family structures are bad. So this is why left also seeks converts. So when these things, when this theory is spread, they spread the theory into all areas of the society. Cinema, drama, literature, poetry, plays, education. What they are doing is, they are not teaching you education. They are not showing you cinema. They are trying to convert you. They are trying to propagandize. So they will say so there's, what is that word? Yesterday we were speaking about it. Marxist historian. You cannot be a Marxist and a historian at the same time. It's as simple as that. You are a pamphleteer who's trying to write Marxist theory apply Marxist theory to sex up history or to twist it according to their pet theories. तो ये नहीं हो सकता है. The same nonsense they try to do in movies. And the acknowledged experts of this form of propaganda is Salim Javed and Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So this has been the template wherever they have gone. Classic example, and then I'll pause. The earliest example was Mr. Lenin. So how did these people achieve political power? By toppling an existing order. As a result of which, and what do they do after coming to power? First you topple the power, capture power, and once you sit in power, you erase history. So you don't have a proper, authentic, pre-communist history of Russia. All the pre-communist history of Russia comes from communists who toppled them. So that is how the way they play this it's quite phenomenal to see through all the garbage and the jargon that they use. So Lenin, once he captured political power, what he did was to betray his own supporters. His biggest supporter, his financial backer, was a very successful and a rich literati or writer named Maxim Gorky, who was also running a very influential newspaper. He was also a novelist. So as long as Lenin was struggling to capture power, this fellow funded him, and he wrote articles in support of Lenin and his communist ideology. The moment Lenin captured political power, he calls Maxim Gorky to his office and he says, "Bahut ho gaya. Thank you for all you have done. Now stop running your newspaper, stop writing." And when Gorky refused, so I thought, I believed you when you said you're trying to establish a new order and a new society, a harmonious, equitable society where nobody is poor and hungry and all are equal. But this is not how you behave with me. So he said, at the risk of your life, you continue writing. And the first thing he did was ban his papers, ban all his writings. Then Gorky was exiled out of Russia. So on that point, I'll pause. And
गोरकी के बेटे को बाद में, अभी वह पूरे तरह सिद्ध नहीं है क्योंकि आर्काइव उन्हीं के पास है, उनका बेटा संदिग्ध अवस्था में मारा गया था।
जी,
तो
बिल्कुल।
अब वो उसको स्टेट ने मारा था और जहां तक हम जैसा सोवियत यूनियन के बारे में जानते हैं उसको मारा ही गया होगा, और इस तरीके से कई ढंग से उन्हें चुप किया गया बाद में भी।
अरे बहुत सारे ऐसे राइटर्स है। द क्लासिक एग्जांपल अलेक्जेंडर सोल्जेनित्सिन, उनका गुलाग आर्चीपेलागो, आई मीन दैट्स अ चिलिंग बुक, यू शुड रीड इट। सो ये लोग कम्युनिस्ट लोग अभी because communism has been politically destroyed in the world, it has made a re-entry through the back door, which is it is called cultural Marxism, multiculturalism, abhi woke, feminism, gender, whatever, जो भी studies का subject आप पढ़ते हैं ना, women studies, whatever studies जो भी है, colored studies, race studies, all that is communism wearing a different clothes. उतना ही है.